If you're not a professional real estate investor and just somebody who wants to come and invest, the most important thing you can do is do your research. Development is not an easy business, right? The investment's not easy to attract. The buyer's not easy to attract. The good contractor's not easy to attract. So there is an affordability issue that Abu Dhabi right now affords. But what we've seen in the last year is the prices in Abu Dhabi have gone up about 35%.
Hi everyone, welcome to today's episode of Urban Habitat Season 2, where I have a dear friend by the name Michael, who heads the CEO of Merid. He's been managing that role for the last 1 year, and our today's focus is to understand how Merid is growing in UAE with having global presence all across the world. Thank you, Michael. Thank you for coming over and helping us.
Amit, very nice to see you. Very nice to see you.
Same here, Michael. Same here. Michael, I think the first question we should start with is to understand, for our viewers to understand, what is Merid's past experience or global presence. If you can just give us insights about Merid.
So the company has been around for about 25 years.
Okay.
We have built just under about 3 million square meters of space. Most of that's in residential, but we also have commercial, whether that be office or retail.
Okay.
We've completed projects in New York, a number of projects in Europe. We've done a number of projects also in Russia, and now we are focusing on the market UAE. And it has the full and utmost attention of myself. I've moved here, as you said, not long ago, about a year ago, to go ahead and head up the operations. And we intend to build other amazing, iconic, wonderful projects here in the UAE.
Will you guys also focus on other cities in the Middle East or other countries? Or you feel Dubai should be the hub for the time being?
No, 100%. We are focused on other Emirates. Our first entry was to a project called Iconic Residences, designed by Pininfarina in Dubai.
Okay.
It's a very bold first project. It's about a 300-meter tower that we're doing overlooking the Palm. Very complicated project with a great brand with Pininfarina. We came in to make a statement with that project.
Okay.
About a year after purchasing that land plot, we purchased 2 land plots in Abu Dhabi, where we'll be launching our first project there. Officially, November 13th is the actual launch date.
For the
If we have a 300-meter tower and about 310 units in Dubai, in Abu Dhabi, we have about 1,000 units, and I think we top out at about 170 meters tall there. So it's a different product, right on the front line of the water. Amazing project. It's called Riviera Residences, and I'm sure you'll be hearing more about it as we get through project registration and we start the launch of the project.
So that also would be a tower like Iconic, because I'm aware of Iconic. Iconic is just bang at the tip of Dubai Media City, correct?
Correct.
So that location is very, you can say, different because it's located inside Media City. So you are connected to offices. It's closer to Jebel Ali. So people who work in Jebel Ali or manage business there can also use Iconic, right?
Well, it's not Jebel Ali. It's basically right in front of the Palm Jumeirah.
Correct.
So, and it's not really Media City, it's Internet City. So right where Internet City metro station is right where Iconic is situated. The great thing about that site is that it has tremendous access to get into it. One, you have a metro. I know not a lot of our residents will be taking the metro, but you have people will be working there. You'll have nannies and you'll have housekeepers, drivers that will need to go ahead and take the metro. Secondly, to get off of Sheikh Zayed Road into our building is a breeze, and to get back on is very easy. We have an amazing view of the Palm. So a lot of people, when they move here, they think, oh, we need to live on the Palm, or we need to be in Marina, we need to be on the water. I've lived on the water for a long time. I came here from Florida, and when you live on the ocean, you're mixing with a lot of tourists. You're mixing with a lot of people who are there on a temporary basis. And our building, you get to look at the Palm, enjoy it. You can use all of the hotels, all of the restaurants, all of the clubs, but you're back off of it so that you are living in basically a serene environment.
That interaction is avoided. The crowd is avoided. So you have a peaceful view. Enjoy the view, but it's peaceful for coming and going. So there's no traffic around.
Absolutely. You know, the traffic is I was just coming down here. I'm a little bit late just because coming from Iconic to here, I got stuck in some traffic coming in through Business Bay. So we don't have that out at Iconic, and I think it's going to only traffic will get worse, but for us, we'll stay very well.
And I'm sure someone who wants to go to Palm to party is also 10 minutes. That's it.
if not 3 minutes. Yeah, it's a direct link right onto the Palm. You've been to my office, I think.
Correct.
You've seen that it's right there. So I think the location is fantastic. And as things move now down to Abu Dhabi, it's also an easy drive to Abu Dhabi. You're past all the traffic, you're past all the school traffic in the morning, and you can shoot right down to Abu Dhabi. I personally live in Blue Waters, and it's a 10-minute drive any time of the day to Blue Waters into the office or back. So it's a really good location.
Drive, yeah. So, Michael, one more thing which I want to understand, which I say I have understood is we focus on luxury properties, right? So this project Iconic is for H&I clients who value quality and premium properties. The Abu Dhabi project is on similar lines, or that is on a different thought process?
I would say that we see similar clients. So a lot of our clients in Iconic have bought in Abu Dhabi.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why about that a little bit later.
Yeah.
But the price point between Dubai and Abu Dhabi is generally 60% of the cost in Abu Dhabi of a Dubai property. So if you're paying $1 million here, there you're paying 640. So so there is an affordability issue that Abu Dhabi right now affords. But what we've seen in the last year is the prices in Abu Dhabi have gone up about 35%. Where in Dubai it's probably 10 to 15%. Abu Dhabi is catching up. And the nice thing about Abu Dhabi is the rental rates are 80, 85% of what they are in Dubai. You're paying 60% for the asset, and you're getting 85% of the value that you would get in Dubai. So the return on investment on a property there is much higher than it is in Dubai.
Technically, there is more potential of growth there.
Absolutely.
You feel in a much faster pace.
No, yeah, I can give you some statistics on Dubai.
Yeah, sure,
Abu Dhabi.
share them. I'm sure.
So
just to
last year, 2024,
Yeah.
there were, and just off the top of my head, I think there were 380 projects launched in Dubai.
Okay.
How many do you think there were in Abu Dhabi?
No one, I'm sure less people are aware of it.
34.
Okay.
So
There's a huge
380
difference.
versus 34.
Correct.
Okay. The amount of houses that were built, houses and apartments that were launched last year, I think the number is 138,000, something like that, in Dubai, and it was 38,000 in Abu Dhabi. So a lot less product being put on the market.
Correct.
Do you know the population in Abu Dhabi?
No.
Do you know Dubai?
Close to, because now I recently read somewhere that it's crossed 4 million.
So it's crossed 4 million.
Correct.
Do you think Abu Dhabi is smaller than Dubai?
No.
So both cities are right about 4 million people. Last year, the population in Abu Dhabi grew 7.5%, while in Dubai, it grew 3%. So you're seeing a dramatic increase in the population.
Correct.
Over the last, I believe it's 10 years, Abu Dhabi has doubled its size.
Okay.
So just over 10 years, the city has grown tremendously. And now you have all this AI that's going on there. You have all of the arts districts that are going up there. You've got all this investment. I think they hit $2 trillion between Mubadala and the Sovereign Wealth Fund in Abu Dhabi. That's the largest in the world for a small country like UAE. So the capital is there. The embassies are there.
Correct.
The big businesses are there, whether it's defense
and it's the
or
capital
whatever.
as well. It's the capital of UAE.
And they have 95% of the oil revenue.
Correct.
So it's a market that people have not really been paying attention to.
Yeah.
And we see what the stuff like Aldar's doing in Modan. They launched 425 townhouses on Saturday, sold them all out in a day.
Okay.
So we just see the appetite there is tremendous. The buyers are a little different. Here, if we sell 85% of our units to Europeans. The rest, there's a couple other non-European buyers in there, but not one Emirati and not one Saudi.
In Dubai.
In Dubai, and in Abu Dhabi, we think it'll be 50% Emirati.
GCC nationals buying and
50% will be
other expats.
Other expats.
Okay.
So we see a different market up there, and what happens is a lot of the wealthy GCC people they buy 5-10 units.
Okay.
They give them to their son or their daughter. And that becomes rental income for them.
Correct. As a backup plan for their kids.
Sure. Yeah. Sure. And, other things that are changing here is that in Dubai, again, I've been coming here for a long time.
Yeah.
Everybody's worried about all this build up. And then if there's a problem in the market, nothing is occupied, no one knows what to do, and the prices fall. 95% of the Palm is occupied. 98% of Blue Waters is occupied. Correct. So people have either bought and rented, or they bought and they own.
Correct.
We have 0 flippers in our Iconic building. 0.
Okay.
People buy it, they're either buying it to live there, and that's the majority, or they're buying it to rent out to people who live in Media City or Internet City.
With an investment thought process. Okay.
So we're just seeing a really different market right now. It's not the get in really quick, flip the project, make 40% in a year. People, I think, have changed, and the developers don't necessarily want that because it causes competition later on in the project. When you've got 30% left to sell, all of a sudden your buyers are reselling the properties, which causes problems to the developers.
So as per you, a flipper thought process is not good for the developer in long term.
It's not good.
Either it's a stable client who wants to buy to live there, or someone who's buying for investment. So the logic is the property has less number of sellers, then it keeps the value high as well.
Correct.
I'm sure that also makes sense. That if I have 10 houses, out of that only 3 are willing to sell if they get a good price, shows that remaining 97 want to keep the house.
100%.
So then they retain the value of it.
100%.
Yeah, that makes sense. Regarding Merid, are we looking at other Emirates also after Abu Dhabi, or you feel Abu Dhabi has too much to explore now?
So I think that we want to do more in Dubai,
Yeah,
100%, and we want to do more in Abu Dhabi, and we're looking at some sites actually there to do office. We think that the office market is very, very attractive in Dubai and Abu Dhabi. The problem is that Dubai, the land prices are very high right now.
correct.
Everybody has shot their land prices up. They see potential for growth. So it's very difficult right now for someone to come in and just buy the land outright
Okay.
and get a decent return. And office is needed, but it's still, the office rents are not the same valuation you're going to get on an apartment sale. So Dubai, Abu Dhabi, looking at Ras Al Khaimah, we're not sure that for our target audience, it's really the market for
Clientele-wise,
us.
who are H&I, they would want to stay there.
Yeah, and I think people are going to go. It's like Vegas, where people go in there for like 3 days and they're out. So it's kind of more vacation. It's kind of more Airbnb, and we deliver a different quality product than that, I think. Well, but you never know. We could see amazing things happening there.
Yeah, there are a lot of changes. Market is changing there as well. As every alternate month, I'm sure there are projects being launched in Ras Al Khaimah as well.
Sure.
Yeah. Another important point, Michael, where do you see, like, this is also a good point. You mentioned that there is less supply on the commercial side, because I've seen if you have to buy a commercial space, you either have Business Bay or you have JLT. There are not other places where commercial is available. Correct. So that also has a different potential, because I feel that market will also grow as more and more people are moving to UAE, setting up their companies.
Sure.
They would need space to manage their companies as well. Yeah. So that's also has potential. Another important point, Michael, to understand from you would be on where do you see the overall real estate market in UAE heading in the next 5 years? Or
Well, I think that in general, everything that the UAE authorities are doing to create a lasting economy.
correct.
From the minute you get on an Emirates plane, whether you're flying in from Miami or whether you're flying in from London, you're expecting a good time.
Correct.
You come to the airport, it continues. You get into the Emirates car and it takes you right to your fabulous hotel, and then you wake up in the morning and you see that, gosh, there's a good metro station here. There's great restaurants.
Correct.
And by the way, there's zero income tax, unless you're an American. So I think that they're doing a lot of wonderful things that make people want to come here. And they're also thinking about the future. Whether it's AI or their technologies, they're funding a lot of these programs in an incubator stage or just direct funding to go ahead and have a future for this market. So if all the high net worth individuals are coming in, and we see the list of millionaires, I think it came out a couple weeks ago, that number one place in the world is UAE.
Correct.
Number two is the US.
Correct.
When you're comparing the UAE versus US,
A huge difference.
I mean,
On the income tax side.
I mean, but you can't compare the size of America, right,
Correct. That
with
we can.
UAE, the size of the economy in the US and the size here. But you understand that they're competing for these millionaires, and they're doing everything to bring them in. And when you bring these guys in, they bring in their assistants, they bring in their teams, they bring in their families, and they set up permanently. And they're the ones that want to have these 20, 40, 100, 150, $200 million homes, which
Correct.
we're just seeing this coming. So I think that on the real estate side, the skies are looking pretty blue.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to see that the same in hospitality. A lot of warehousing is going to happen. The commercial space is going to happen.
Too much opportunities being created across.
So
all industries.
I don't see this downside, and they also talk. There's going to be too much housing built. Let me tell you, it's not easy to build even in Dubai, right? So I'm not a builder, but I'm a developer.
Phase
and development is not an easy business, right? The investment's not easy to attract. The buyer's not easy to attract. The good contractor's not easy to attract. Then to do it on time, on quality, and on budget is very difficult. So we're going to have a lot of projects that are delayed, stalled, not completed. Will be the ones that are on time, on budget, and on quality, but there's not many like us.
Okay.
So I think you're going to see that there's just going to be continued demand to come here. I mean, everybody from Europe now wants to come here.
Yeah, that's also a big move that has been happening for the last 3 or 4 months. That a lot of people are moving from Europe. I've seen that much happening in the last 4 months.
Yeah, one of our number one buyers,
yeah,
people from Spain. It's because Spain's having its own turmoils right now. Unemployment is down, taxation is high, safety is low.
Correct.
So, I mean, who would have said that Spain would be on the top buyers list? Right?
No one expected.
They didn't. They weren't here a year ago, and now they're here. It's the same with the Italians. It's the same with the British. I mean, they're moving here also in droves. So I think the outlook is very good.
I'm sure that's what we are expecting. We both have been here for more than 20 years. You've been here for 25 years. I have been here for 21 years. So we don't see anything that could change the scenario. It could go upwards only. That's what.
But I mean, I would say so. I've only lived here for 1 year. I've been coming here for 25 years.
Coming and going.
And up until 3 years ago, I didn't want to invest in Dubai. I thought it was going to be completely some type of a bubble where they were doing artificial things. The city was very plastic, didn't have any soul. Now, my daughter's in school. I see what good schools they have. I see that there's farmers markets to take your families to on the weekend. This last weekend, we were at the beach with the family, had a wonderful time. So I think that it's now become a real place where people can live, raise a family, and even retire. So I would not have said that 3 years ago. Now I see it.
And they have everything for every age group, right? As you 100%. Mentioned, a beach is there. You have sports activities. You have a place available for each age bracket. Even if it's someone at 5 years, 10 years, there are different requirements.
Absolutely.
Yeah, a 10-year-old would play maybe skateboard or something. A 5-year-old would play only at the beach. So there's option for everyone. That's why people are moving here. I'm sure that's what fulfills them completely.
Sure. And one more thing. This morning I played ice hockey in Dubai Mall. I'm an ice hockey player, and here there's even a place you can do that. So there's just a huge array of activities for anybody who wants to come here.
Great. Michael, any advice you would want to give people who are investing here, or let's say listening to our podcast, they plan to invest? Because I'm sure there are two sets of people. One who are already based here, who want to invest, looking at the longevity of them staying in the country. Second would be people who are moving here. So what would you like to give them as advice because of your real estate experience around the world?
Well, I would say that if you're just moving here, it's very important to figure out where you want to. If you're buying for yourself, you need to figure out where you want to live. I always recommend to rent for 1 year.
Okay.
You feel the environment. You see your child's going to school if you have a child. You figure out where are the restaurants you like. Where do you gravitate in the city?
Correct.
Because once you buy a property, you're kind of locked into that location. Now, for investment, I think it if you're not a professional real estate investor and just somebody who wants to come and invest, the most important thing you can do is do your research.
Okay.
Right. Don't necessarily listen to a broker who's trying to sell you something, but really do the research. I think you need to pick a good, if it's off plan, a good developer. You need to trust that person or that company, and or if it's completed, you just need to see how long has this project been here. What does it look like inside? Is there mold in the building? Which is a problem in Dubai. So you really want to do your homework before you can make that investment. The second thing is it a villa, right? Or is it an apartment? I always recommend on your first investment to be cautious.
Okay.
So if you have to buy a villa at 15 million dirhams, or you can buy an apartment at 4 or 3 or whatever that your budget may be, don't overextend yourself because you're going to make mistakes. The first deal, there's usually something you didn't think about, whether it's the DLD payment or whether it's the service charge you have to pay.
Okay.
Go in, learn a little bit. if you do well in your project, you can sell it 2 years later, or you can rent it out, and then go back and do the next one. But one thing that people maybe not know here is how you and I met.
Correct.
When I moved to Dubai, I found a wonderful apartment that I wanted to move my family into. I'd lived here for, I guess, 7 months at the time, and I wanted to buy an apartment.
Correct.
And it was a beautiful apartment on Canal Front, beautiful location off of Safa Park, and I wanted to see if I could get a mortgage.
Correct.
And I was given you as a contact.
Correct.
And I can just say that for people that are thinking about getting a mortgage here, it took me a week, I think, to go ahead and get a proposal from 3 different banks.
Okay.
You negotiated on my behalf to go ahead and make them all apples to apples.
Correct.
And we closed the deal, I think, in less than 30 days.
I guess 30 days, 35 days, because I guess you were traveling in between. The seller was also traveling. So that took time.
But I just want to say that, so in that particular scenario, if you are here and if you have an Emirates ID or if you have a job, you can get a mortgage.
Correct.
Right? And if you can attract funds at our mortgage rate was a little bit less than 4%.
Yes.
So if you can attract funds at 4%, it's a very, very attractive offer.
Correct.
So I would recommend someone to, again, try to use some of these financial instruments that are available to you. It is good to come in like full equity so you have zero risk. But if you can go ahead and get a mortgage, it allows you to go ahead and maybe get something a little bit better that will be able to re-rent out better or maybe sold in the future.
Plus, people can keep the cash for future as well. There's any backup in future. You need to hold cash for yourself, your family requirements. Anything could pop up, right?
For sure.
Rather than just putting in cash and then having no savings for any emergencies, kind of.
For sure.
Yeah. So thank you, Michael. It was really nice having you. Great catching up. I'm sure anyone who wants to get any news on Merid can reach out on their LinkedIn page, get in touch with your sales team. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure as we are nearing 14th November, we'll get more details on the Abu Dhabi launch. So I hope all benefit. And thank you everyone for going through the podcast. Take care. Thank you.
Thank you very much.